What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia, and this was a 12-round catchweight bout at 136 pounds. And this fight was Saturday, April 22nd, from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. And this fight was broadcasted on Showtime pay-per-view and DAZN pay-per-view. And in this fight, Gervonta Davis knocks out Ryan Garcia in the 7th round with a brutal body shot. Leading up to the stoppage, this bout scored 58-55 in favor of Gervonta Davis. So this was an outstanding win for Gervonta Davis. A super fight this fight was. Ryan Garcia, he got dropped early, got finished off late. And if you were watching this fight, comment down below how you scored it. And just to get right into how this fight went down, the first round I did give to Ryan Garcia. Was pretty much a quiet feel out round, but Ryan Garcia was pressuring, so I gave him the round based off of that. Not really much happened either way. But then in round 2, Garcia had some very good success early when he was coming forward, throwing some big hooks on Tank Davis, backing him up in the ropes. But then when he came forward, he got a little too cocky, kept his hands down a bit, and then Tank Davis popped him with a perfectly placed counter left hand while he was coming forward and dropped him on the canvas. And it was a good round, obviously, for Tank Davis, swinging it in favor of a 10-8 round for Davis after some good work from Garcia earlier on in the second. So then in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds, I gave them all to Gervonta Davis. Ryan Garcia was a bit more cautious in those rounds, didn't really do much. Davis was much more active, landing the much better shots, going to the body with some left hands. Did much better in those rounds. Davis did compared to Garcia, because Garcia's offense almost totally shut down in rounds 3, 4, and 5. But then in round number 6, this was Ryan Garcia's probably one of his better rounds, or definitely one of his better rounds in the fight. He did very good early in the round, landing some very good hooks on Gervonta Davis. I believe early in the round he landed like 3 straight right hands in a row. Later on, Gervonta Davis was able to make it close, but I gave the round to Ryan Garcia based off of his good early work. But then in the 7th round, this is where the fight ended. Gervonta Davis was actually landing some nice shots on Ryan Garcia. The fight was heating up a bit. Garcia's nose started to bleed a bit, and it looked like either one of them was getting hit with some nice shots. Like early on in the round, Tank Davis got hit with a nice right hand from Garcia, and he got backed up a bit in the corner. But then Ryan Garcia, coming forward, gets hit with a perfectly placed body shot. I believe it was a left. I want to say it was a left hook to the body. Might have been a right hook, but it was definitely a big, powerful hook to the body from Gervonta Davis that landed when Ryan Garcia was coming in to throw one of his own shots. Garcia was a delayed reaction. He backed up, grimaced in his face, went down to the canvas, a delayed reaction body shot. Ryan Garcia sat on the canvas, took the count of 10. Referee waved it off. A phenomenal win for Gervonta Davis, and this goes into question, what is next for him? I believe his record is now 29-0 with 27 knockouts. This was his best win by far of his career thus far. I believe at lightweight he's still the WBA regular champion. For Gervonta Davis, he's coming off of such a phenomenal win here against Ryan Garcia. There's so much that he could do in this division these days. Obviously, there's a big lightweight fight in a few months between Lomachenko or in a month actually, against Lomachenko and Devin Haney. And the winner of that fight, you want to say, oh yeah, we'll see Gervonta Davis fight the winner of that, but most likely it's like Shakur Stevenson fighting the winner of that. But for Davis, we could expect him to be back again on pay-per-view on Showtime against a higher level like WBA contender. Maybe someone who's a top 10, top 5 lightweight. But Gervonta Davis, it's really open for him. He's got a lot of options. I think personally, I don't really think there's any fight like the winner of this one would have got or anything, or any big title fight, any big money fight. Just for Gervonta Davis in general, I just think from winning this fight, he has a lot of options. Could obviously have some big things in the near future, and maybe a year or two, he might be able to face anyone who comes out on top in that triangle between Lomachenko, Haney, and Shakur Stevenson. But with Davis, Most likely he'll face someone who's ranked in the WBA. Maybe even soon they might get a rematch with Isaac Cruz, because there's a lot of controversy there, and it could definitely bring in a big draw because of how close the first fight was, or their initial fight was, where Davis won by a close, unanimous decision. But as for Ryan Garcia, losing it for the first time in his career, got dropped early in the fight, got finished off. I mean, he's still a big name in the sport, still a very popular name. Got a big draw in for this fight, obviously, being that he's very popular, and being that Davis is very popular. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, for Ryan Garcia, first loss of his career, he's definitely going to go back to the zone and take on some decent level, like top 15, top 20 level fighter. Maybe someone like a Mercito Hesta. He was supposed to face Hesta up until he said he just wants to sort of wait out until he fought Davis. But Hesta's coming off that very solid win over Jojo Diaz. So we could definitely see Hesta take on Ryan Garcia on the zone for a nice little main event, where Garcia will most likely pick up a solid little win there, and then he'll continue moving himself back up to where he was going into this fight as like a top tier contender, really on the brink of a world title shot after one fight. So overall, Gervonta Davis drops Ryan Garcia in the second round with a brutal left hand. Then in the seventh round, finishes him off with a big body shot, to improve his record to 29-0 with 27 knockouts. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.